Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of My Pro in the VFL with VFL Manchester City. First, I want to say a massive thank you for the support on episode 1. It was a lot better than I expected, I'm not going to lie. You guys beat the Manchester City career mode on my channel for likes, so that's amazing. You came very close to beating the AC Milan career mode as well when it comes to likes, so for the support, I'm forever grateful. Let's jump straight into the second episode. I'm actually uploading it the day I intend to upload it, which is amazing as well. We're starting off with taking a look at the team of the week. Two of our players made it in. You may have seen it, Ben Harefield and Potato Wedge, two defenders, well deserved. The first weekend we went without conceding a single goal, so obviously the credit goes to our defenders for that first weekend. But the first game of today's episode is actually in the Champions League, our first game in our Champions League campaign against Hertha Berlin. A decent side, but knowing the strengths of the Bundesliga, we should be able to overpower them. We're getting a couple of good chances, but unfortunately not enough to dismantle the Hertha Berlin defense just yet. There is the ball into the area. I hit it home for a 1-0 lead just after an hour played. Brilliant cross. The finish was the easy part, but Hertha Berlin were strong. They were tough to break down. We couldn't really hit the ground running so much, so that's why you're seeing little highlights of it. However, the second goal was a bit poor on the goalkeeper's part. Now, I know it's a bit harsh for him because I was open for a sweat as well. He was probably expecting a pass. It went in. Daniel O'Hare scored a 2-0, and that pretty much sums up our first game of the weekend on Friday. The VFL Champions League season started with a win. Perfect start, 2 goals, no goals conceded. Dominant game, but like I said, not a lot going on, so there wasn't much to show you there. There you have the Champions League tables after one game played. You can take a look at the other teams in there. If there's anyone out there that you play for or support, then let me know. But we're in an interesting group with Bayern Munich and QPR as well. Obviously, the QPR and Bayern Munich game will be for future episodes. Back into England, the FA Cup, the first round of the FA Cup, and that is a different atmosphere, let me tell you. Newcastle, all-right side in the Premier League. I think they were around mid-table somewhere in the league, but they had this little bit extra in this game. They opened the score. This is the first goal we've conceded in our season, and that kind of took us by surprise a little bit. We didn't expect Newcastle to be the first to break our clean sheet record, but they were just the better side in the opening half hour, and there they go again, another shot into the back of the net. We find ourselves 2-0 down, very unexpectedly, not what we wanted from our FA Cup campaign. And like I said, the FA Cup, it's a different atmosphere. Anything can happen in those types of games, and Newcastle definitely did take their chances, so we were on edge. We knew that we had to respond, we had to react, or our cup game, or cup dream could be over instantly. We get a couple of chances straight after we went 2-0 down. We're putting under pressure, finally starting to play a bit better. The keeper nearly makes a mistake. I try to go for the first time hit. It does loop over the first defender, but the second man on the line is there to clear it. That would have been a wonder goal if it went in, and I would have been very happy with that. But we're still 2-0 down nearing the end of the first half. We get another shot deflected, and as you can see by the halftime stats, they do tell a story. Newcastle took both their chances. We've had 8 shots on target and have failed to beat their keeper even once. So there's work to do. There we go. 54th minute, we get back into the game. One of our defenders picks up the goal. I do believe it was Wedge. If the strikers can't finish the job, which I'm part of as well, I'm taking blame for the poor finishing in that game, then the defenders have to step up. And we do get back into the game at 2-1, and we know at this point that, you know, it's still all to play for in this game. We go through again. Daniel O'Hare sweats it across to Dips, and Dips back to Daniel O'Hare. That is beautiful team play to get us back into the game 15 minutes before the final whistle. It's 2-2 here at St. James's, and that means in case it stays as a draw, we have to go to golden goal. But brilliant play there from two of our front men to get that equalising goal. We're in the 80th minute trying to break forward. I spot Dips with the run. It's a good enough ball to get past the defenders. Dips is through. What can he do with this one? He's trying to trick his way inside, play it off. Unfortunately, it was well defended by Newcastle, who really kept fighting throughout this game. Credit to Newcastle. You know, you can see by the stats that we overpower them completely, but the mentality that they showed on that pitch deserved to have an extra few minutes in golden goal. And who is the team that's going to win it? Hopefully it's us. It's Dips who plays it through to Daniel O'Hare, and that's a brilliant save by the keeper. You can tell things are not going our way exactly up front every now and again when chances like that are not being put away. The goalkeeper was excellent, and on the other side, our goalkeeper Lavo is keeping us in it as well. Remember, 1 goal and it's over. This is golden goal. We need to be careful with those chances. We defend it well. James cuts it out, blocks it. Brilliant defending. And previously to that, we had Lavo with the save, and now it's our turn again to go forward. The ball is crossed in towards young Artist. He takes a shot well blocked by the defenders. Both teams obviously prioritising the defence, as the moment you concede, it's game over, and there it is. As I'm talking about game over, it is game over. Dips puts it in the back of the net in the 39th minute in golden goal. He goes on to shush our opponents. It's something I wouldn't do personally, but then again, scoring in golden goal is a pretty awesome feeling in any cup game, whether it's the FA Cup or a Champions League knockout. It's a brilliant header, to be fair, to cross as well. The keeper this time left no chance. The poor lad had an awesome game, but it's Manchester City who prevail and go on to the next round of the cup. Now, the third game of today's episode, we're finally back to the Premier League fixtures. There you can see our lineup and our formation, how we're set up for this one. Away from home against VFL Wigan, a team that we're expected to beat, you know, as we have won every single game so far in the league. We're looking to continue that run. I play it into Dips, who plays it across, but the defender picks it out. Kovacic picks it up, though, and blasts that past the keeper at the near post. Lovely finish by the midfielder, who hasn't really played that often, but when he comes into play, he always does a job. Lovely strike past the keeper, and it's 1-0 Manchester City. As you'd expect in games like this, Dips goes through on my pass. There's still a lot of work to be done. He tries to cut inside. He does well. He plays it across, but the defender cuts it out. Well defended by Wigan. They're hanging on and trying to go forward here now for the first time in the game. We defend it well, but there's a bit of a mix-up, and it's a penalty. It's a penalty for Wigan. It's a very, very unfortunate turn of events. Everything was going wrong in that instant. We intercepted the ball. We stumbled over our own player. The penalty was given away by Ben Airfield, but honestly, I don't think he could have done anything about that. And that is the first goal conceded in the Premier League for Manchester City, and it's by the hands of Wigan. Not what you'd expect, but they convert the penalty well. They're back into the game. It's very unfortunate. I don't think you can blame anyone defensively for that. Obviously, we're going to try and push for this win. Nearing the end of the first half, we're going through again with Dips, who's making stuff happen. He plays it across to me, and look at that. Daniel O'Hare, he is one of my favourite players on the whole of VFL, but there he kind of blocked my shot. As you can see by the half-time stats, we had the possession, but not really creating many opportunities, and that, again, credit to Wigan for being so well defensively, but Dibbs does manage to break through. You could think he was playing that pass to Daniel O'Hare was making a run. The defenders were expecting the pass. He cuts outside and blasts it on the left foot past the goalkeeper. We're 2-1 in the lead, and that's more like it. Another shot forcing the good save out of the keeper. We're going forward at 2-1. We don't want to sit back this early into the game. I'm going through. Unselfishly, I'll play it off to Dips, and he converts for the 3-1. A lovely finish as well. There's still a bit of work to be done to take it past the keeper and put it in, and that's his second of the game. Again, another chance here for Manchester City, and it's 4-1. Ben Harefield making up for that earlier penalty foul, where, like I said, I don't really hold it against him. There was nothing he could have done about that, but he does get on the score sheet, and that kind of redeems himself for that game. Lovely pass across by his centre-back partner, Wedge, on that free kick. We did that well. The free kicks, we're doing well on the set pieces, and there I go through, almost getting that assist to Daniel O'Hare, but it was cut out brilliantly by the defence. I could have played it earlier. I wanted to put him in front of an open goal, and I paid the price. We didn't really score from that, but as you can see by his stats, very, very solid. We dominated the game. We deserve to come away with all 3 points. So very happy with that myself. Not scoring, but that's fine. As long as I'm involved in the build-up, getting a few assists, I'm also very happy to contribute in that way. Now, the first big game of the Premier League for us is against Arsenal, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. Arsenal and Norwich are the 2 best teams in the Premier League on PS4, and I'd expect either one of them to win the title. Now, Arsenal have been a bit unlucky with a default loss that was handed to them after a trades glitch on one of the players that saw them turn a 3-1 win over Liverpool into a 3-0 defeat. So, although they were not top of the table, they are, in my opinion, the best team on PS4, arguably with Norwich as well, and they're dominating the early stages of the game, getting a couple of good chances, but the defence is holding strong. We were on the back foot. This was genuinely the first game we've played this season where we were dominated on possession, on passing, on chances. As you can see right there, they had the possession slightly at half-time. We didn't have a shot, but in the second half it's going to take a turn for the worse as they actually start pushing even more. Arsenal getting a couple more chances, trying to get that breakthrough goal. And as well as that, I think they were not even playing with a full team. I think they had one player missing. I could be wrong, but that's how the game ends. It's a 0-0. Not a lot to show you once again, but Arsenal did dominate the game, as you can see right there. Even possession, but we were left with no shots at all in that game, and that is the first time ever that has happened to me in any team I've played for in VFL. Credit to Arsenal. They were incredibly strong, deserved all 3 points. Now, moving on to the last 2 games of this weekend, I'm so terribly sorry, but I couldn't make those games. It was on a Sunday, and I had to play football in real life, and there was a party afterwards, so I couldn't make it. But that wasn't really an issue for the first game when we beat Birmingham 7-0. Unfortunately, we did drew the second game against Brighton. But as you can see by the league standings, we're still going strong up there in the top 3. Very, very solid stats for us. Now, I'm not going to just show you the league table. Let's take a look at some of the personal stats. As you can see, I'm in there for the top scorers rankings in the top 5, which is good to see because I haven't played all the games like some of the other players in that top 5. I've only played 8 games, so I'm proud to see myself in there. When it comes to assists, I'm down there as well in the top 10 somewhere, but Daniel O'Hare is the leading assist man in Manchester City. We're doing still well. You know, we had a draw against Arsenal, the scare against Newcastle, but so far the second weekend we have come through undamaged. Yes, we have lost our winning streak. We have started conceding a few goals, but that's fine. We're still up there. I'm looking forward to the next weekend. Can we hold on to our good form? I hope you're looking forward to that as well. If you can, support the video again by leaving a like. The support on the first episode was absolutely awesome. I'd love to see your support on this one so I can keep uploading, and in a couple of days we'll have week 3 hopefully out for you. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later.